Irashaimase! Hello and welcome to Fataris' Kitchen. I'm your host, Chef Fataris. It's time once again for Shoot 'em Up Saturday, and on the menu this Saturday we have Super XYX, an awesome new retro shooter on PC. What kind of taste will it have? Let's get cooking and find out. From developer Team Greibanzer Fox, Super XYX released for Steam in early August 2020. So, this is a title I heartily recommend. I have had a ton of fun with this game, despite one really big minus flavor, which I'll get to a little later. So the game itself is a retro-styled vertical scrolling shoot 'em up, so especially if those are the kind of games you like, this is one you can't overlook. So, starting the game, we're taken to this mode select. Here, by default, you'll just have Start and Arcade, but as you play through the game, you'll unlock additional modes and additional game types. So there's Arcade, there's Boss Rush, and as far as modes, there's Start, and there's this Gazer Start, which basically is a more difficult mode to play through. There's also some really great options as far as the way that you can kind of customize the game. Starting the game, we're taken to our ship selection. By default, you only have two ships available, the Green Knight and the Hell Tiger, but this game is full of so many unlocks. There are 4 other ships to unlock: the Yellow Jacket, the Cobra, the Caratizer, and the Blue Fox. Each ship has a different shot type and a different bomb, with like different unique feels to their gameplay. Starting off, we'll show the Green Knight. So the game itself is a relatively standard vertical scrolling shoot 'em up. We have our play happening in the middle field here, and despite being presented in this horizontal aspect, it is possible to set the game to a Tate setup if you have a setup where that's a little bit more ideal. But in this view, we do have some nice information displayed. So in the bottom left of the screen, there are a couple of important elements of the score being displayed. Our medals, which will be very important in high score attempts, as well as our combo meter, which is directly tied to the amount of medals you get from enemies. We also have our bomb indicators, and one thing to note, the bombs are tied to continues, not individual lives. And then our life indicators. And in addition to having unique ships, each character has a unique life indicator, some of which I feel are quite fun. The gameplay itself is relatively straightforward. It's your standard vertical scroller in that you move your ship around the screen, and we've got relatively simple controls in that there's just a shot button and a bomb button. So already we're to our first boss, so this is a great opportunity to show off our bombs. Although the Green Knight, we don't really oh, that's such an awesome bomb. I was about to say, the Green Knight, we don't really need to use the bomb. The bomb will fill the screen, do some pretty heavy damage, and it does also cancel out enemy shots. Useful that way. So, throughout the course of the stage, I was picking up additional power-ups in addition to these medals. So, at the end of the game, or rather, at the end of the stage, you have this awesome stage clear scene where you go through and tally up all the various points you've earned, including the medals. Here, it counts through all the medals. The more medals you have, the greater medal bonus you receive, and that really adds up point-wise. You get a point for how high you built your combo, points for remaining lives, and an awesome bonus for no miss, so no lives lost over the course of a stage. And that particular bonus can actually change stage to stage, so if you have multiple stages where you don't lose lives, you'll get some really big points from that. So as far as our power-ups that we can pick up from our ships, there are 2. There's this P, which increases our shot power. It starts out at, let's refer to it as level 1, and powers all the way up to level 4. There's also an assist, which I was able to pick up in the last stage, and that gives you basically options on either side of your ship, adding additional firepower. And for some ships, I feel like the effect is much more effective than others. Where Green Knight here already does an excellent job of covering so much of the stage, he doesn't really need that. I'm going to take a quick loss of life so I can show you some of the other character ships that are available. So if you lose a life and get a game over, once you continue, you're back at the ship selection. So we can pick a different ship, like, say, the Carrotizer, piloted by Bunny. So one of the things I love about the Carrotizer is, well, it has this, just based off of the preview screen, you would think that it has a spread shot very similar to the Green Knight. But that spread shot, while weak, is actually homing, and it can be very, very effective for taking out both enemies and bosses alike, though it doesn't take out bosses quite as fast as some of the other ships. But another thing I love about the Carrotizer and Bunny, the really, really cute life icons in the top left of the screen. Look at those cute bunnies munching on characters. Aren't they adorable? That aside, as I mentioned as well, each ship also has unique bombs. So for the Carrotizer, we drop carpet bomb exploding carrots on enemies that deal a fair bit of damage. Others are more effective in terms of damage dealt, but it's still a really good bomb. They're all good bombs. So there you have it. Super XYX, or however it's pronounced, served up for your enjoyment. So let's talk about minus flavors. There's really only one big minus flavor that I have for it, as I've loved this game. And that minus flavor is unfortunately just a bug, but it could definitely spoil your enjoyment for it. And what is that? It's a save or progress loss bug, where if you do the wrong actions in the menu, it's possible to completely wipe out your save data. So this happened to me after I had unlocked all of the characters in the game and a little bit of progress made on the other modes, just like completely gone. I started up the game and went to play another round, and it was like, where are all the other characters? It would just blew me away. Fortunately, there is something you can do to kind of mitigate this. So I'll take a quick moment to press start, and in the main menu, so you do have some great options here. The ability to change the screen scaling. This game is a relatively bare bones, so there's not really different resolutions. You also have the ability to display your hitbox, a feature I quite like. But I guess it's not available in while you're actually playing the game. But there is a particular screen selection that allows you to save and load your game, but more importantly, there's one that's like save backup and load backup. And if you're looking to prevent data loss, you want to do a save backup, and should you happen to lose your progress somehow, through either trying to, or just through sheer bad luck, you can restore your data using the load backup. So you might want to do that after every big unlock, such as unlocking an additional pilot. And that's my big minus flavor. Despite having that happen to me, I enjoyed the game enough that I still went back and played through it again to unlock all of the characters an additional time. So as far as the plus flavors are concerned, I love games that are full of unlocks. Unlocking additional ships, unlocking additional modes. That's just a really fun way to play through a game, in my opinion. And then there's also all the various ships that we have available to us, as well as the pilots. So there's some brief stories that you can get if you let the game run at the beginning. Kind of like arcade mode style. It'll show like a brief little paragraph descriptions of the pilots, like backstory. Oh, it is possible to unlock hidden stages in this game as well, so that's another awesome like unlock thing, which is the item I actually just picked up. And then the last plus flavor I want to bring up is the awesome pixel art. So this stage in particular I feel is one of the best ones for showing that off, where you've got the awesome enemy ships, you've got some really great background elements as well in the highways and the buildings that float on by. It's just really a visual treat. So before I lose too many lives, let's go ahead and show off the bomb for the yellow jacket. So at the end of the day, this is a title I heartily recommend. No matter if you're a fan of vertical scrolling shoot 'em ups or not, this is one I feel that you should give a try. It's definitely worth it. And hopefully it's one that will come to other platforms as well. So maybe I'm hoping to see maybe a Switch release for this one. Well, that'll just about wrap it up for this week's episode of Shoot 'em Up Saturday. As always, I want to thank you so much for joining me this week, and I look forward to seeing you again next week.